In my experience, the most confusing and overwhelming thing for Christian women in online business, especially in the beginning stages of their business, however, I find that it is a struggle from launch to launch as well. And that most confusing and overwhelming thing is building our email list, increasing our email list, building our audience. Right? Our email list in our business needs some TLC, and it's just not tender loving care. It's traffic, leads, and customers, or traffic, leads, and clients, right? Customers are the oxygen to our online business, and without them, we don't have an online business, right? We just don't have a business without our clients where we're helping solve the problem that we can help solve for them. We're creating that impact and income. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How to grow your email list without being a slave to social media.
Welcome to the Kingdom Revolution podcast, where we are redefining faith and online business to empower you, the Christian woman, to find your voice, clarify your calling so that you can create, grow, and scale your online business by God's design without sacrificing your faith or values. You know that you've been called to business and you want to do it God's way, not the world's way. You have that inner desire to change your mindset, change your family's legacy, and take your passions, knowledge, life experiences, or even that hobby that you love and create a profitable online business, bringing a heavenly solution to an earthly problem. Maybe you have too many ideas. You're not even quite sure where to start, or you're just looking for that next step. Maybe you've been struggling for a few months, even years, duct taping it all together with worldly tactics and strategies that just leave you confused, overwhelmed, and questioning your calling. And you find yourself asking, did I even hear you right, Lord? If that's you, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm your host, Kristen Duranci. I'm a wife, mom, ex-9-to-5er, and daughter of the King, who is using her voice and her online business to fight against the evil agenda going on in the world today. I believe your business is your battlefield. It's the how you get to show up to use your voice and kingdom wealth to fight against the injustice that God has placed on your heart. I believe God is calling women back into position, to a kingdom revolution, to the battlefield to find their voice, to stand firm for biblical truth, to be the change they want to see in this world. My battlefield? Restoring the family unit the way God intended and bringing mamas home so that they can be the one raising their warriors for the kingdom, making a living from their own passions and desires. To inspire, encourage, and equip kingdom women in business to be kingdom currency converters, taking the wealth of this world and converting it into God's kingdom economy. So join me each week as I dive into honest conversations about my journey, tactical tips, spiritual and mindset strategies, along with the step-by-step plan to empower you to take that step of faith, to partner with God, and to create, build, and scale your online business by His design. Because it's both strategic and spiritual, we have to have the right mindset, the right heart posture, and the right strategy to run a business by God's design. So if you're ready to say yes to all of this, you're not afraid to rock that status quo, to be part of a kingdom revolution, to stand up for what you are passionate about and believe in, then armor up with Ephesians 6 and put on the full armor of God, because you are a warrior for the kingdom and He is going to use you and your online business to do some pretty amazing things here on this side of heaven.
Hey, welcome back to the Kingdom Revolution podcast. I'm so thankful you're here with me today. This episode is going to be short and sweet because I wanted to talk to you about a strategy that I have been using with my clients for, goodness gracious, since 2022 to grow their email list fast without being a slave to social media. And as Christian women in online business, we don't want to be a slave to social media. Most of us are moms or we work in 9-to-5. We want to create that impact and income that we know that we can create. You are the expert in what the Lord wants you to do. And whether you've been struggling for a while, you just now feel like you're called to online business, or you've been trying to do this thing or all the things for quite a while and you're just not gaining any traction. There could be a lot of reasons why, but today we're talking about lead generation. There's a 3-point customer life cycle that I talk about inside the Online Business by God's Design Academy. And that is my 12-month group coaching program. And we talk about that inside the Online Business by God's Design Academy because it's lead generation, nurturing those leads, and converting them into a sale. And really, that is what your business is about. After you have offer clarity, ideal client clarity, you've created your signature offer, and you're focusing on that for a year. We dive into the Power of One framework and what that means as well. But without traffic that brings customers and people into your realm of influence to create those potential clients, those ones that raise their hand and say, yes, I want what you have to offer, you don't have sales coming in. If you're not getting paid, your income isn't going up, which means your impact you're wanting to create on this side of heaven and what the Lord wants to do in you and through you isn't happening either. You're not giving more, you're not blessing more. You're not creating that nonprofit on your heart. You're not coming home to restore the family unit the way God intended, to raise your children for the kingdom instead of have them out into the world being indoctrinated by the school system. Whatever that impact looks like for you, you're not being that piece of the puzzle God needs you to be in order to do what He's called you to do with your gifts and talents through your business by His design. There's so much noise in the online space. I get that. There is so much noise. Entrepreneurs saying this, gurus saying this, and especially as newbie Christian women entrepreneurs, it gets confusing. It gets overwhelming to build our email list because we know we need to have people, the right people to launch to, the right people to do that live launch, the right people to send that sales email to, the right people who it clicks in their mind that, yes, I want her to help me solve the problem that I have. And we're constantly creating things, doing things, showing up on social media, trying to add value in other people's Facebook groups. Like, what does that even mean? Everyone else is doing the same thing there. And we don't want to be a slave to social media anymore. We don't want to be dancing and pointing and all that good stuff, which if you do, more power to you. But we know that that's not a great lead gen strategy. It just isn't, because followers are lurkers. Followers aren't leads. Followers, you have no idea who's watching you when you're showing up doing those things. Leads are those that are on your email list that you get to nurture, that you get to bring along that customer journey to your live launch to sell your program to. So using collaboration strategies are more powerful than just your typical lead magnet. They're more powerful than just creating a reel that takes you 5 hours to create and then posting it, hoping that someone sees it or goes to your page and grabs that freebie and gets on your email list, right? Collaborations and leveraging other people's audiences is huge. In 2022, when I hosted my first virtual event, I over 600 women on my email list that I was able to turn into one-on-one clients for a sold out the rest of the fourth quarter of the year, which then in 2023 led to my membership, which it led to where I am today with the Online Business by God's Design Academy. So when you can grow your email list fast and explode it fast with the right people, your perfect fit ideal client, the person God has you called to serve, then you can use that collaboration strategy as your launch runway into your post-event conversion. A live launch is what I teach inside the academy, because live launches, 3-day, 5-day challenges, I've done a 2-week live launch. They're just a great way to get in front of your people and nurture them, and leads to a high converting sold out program, beta founding member program, because hosting collaborations allows you to capitalize on the momentum that the online space loves, right? And too many times between launches, because we have our launch strategy set up, or if you're just getting started, you'll eventually have your launch strategy set up where you're launching every quarter or opening doors to your program every so often. And you want to be having new leads coming in, nurturing those current leads who they just weren't ready yet, and then bring them into a sale. But if you're not bringing in new people and you're constantly selling to those that are on your email list, eventually there's going to be no one more to sell to, right? So, and too many times we, especially as newbie entrepreneurs, we wait until we have 100 or even 1,000 people on our email list before we even make an offer or before we even go into a live launch. And by the time we get that 99th person, the first, 10 or 15 are like gone, because they wanted you to help them, but you never made an offer to them. So using collaborations to strategically and exponentially increase your audience, increase your email list is huge. It's so powerful because it provides for momentum that the online space loves. And it warms up your new leads, your cold audience, your cold, perfect fit client fast, and provides massive value and true transformation, which builds to trust. And then when you can use that collaboration strategy, such as a virtual event, a bundle, freebie swaps, and lead that into a live launch, a challenge, or anything like that, then that just creates more massive value. They get to see you, know you, like you, and trust you, and then you could take them right into your offer. That is what I teach inside the Online Business by God's Design Academy, which right now the doors are closed. They will be opening up at the beginning of July. But it is called the Smart Lead Gen Method. I know, it's just absolutely amazing because I have so many years, for 2 years, struggled to grow my email list. I felt like a slave to social media, constantly on my phone, constantly showing up in Facebook groups to try to add value, stuck in the vicious audience building cycle to build my email list, creating a lead magnet after lead magnet because, well, that didn't work. No one's opting into this one, so let me create this. Or so-and-so is doing this. Hey, let me do that. Instead of focusing on one strategy that will build my email list fast and focusing on one marketing method, one strategic offer, one ideal client for 1 year, locking arms with the power of the one who called me. That is a power of one framework that I teach inside the Online Business by God's Design Academy as well. It's the overarching Business by God's Design framework, focusing on the power of one, which simplifies things. But then what we're talking today is bringing in those leads, finding those people who want what we have to offer, who know that they want us to help them, know that we can help them. And we do that through the Smart Lead Gen Method, which stands for strategic collaborations, identifying and engaging with other whether it's Christian women. For me, I engage strategically and collaborate with other Christian women in online business, kingdom-minded women in online business who have complementary products that are not direct competitors to me. Even though there's no competition in the kingdom, I love to bring value to my email list and say, hey, I've partnered, or I have a bundle, or I've done this with this person, and what they have is going to help you on your mom journey, or on your marriage journey, or on raising teenagers, right? It's complementary to what I do, but can also help you, but is not going to be like, I can help you create, build, and launch your online business by God's design, right? So strategic collaborations. And then the M in the Smart Lead Gen Method is magnetic lead magnet, creating a high converting lead magnet that is irresistible to your target audience, to your person you're called to serve. This is a valuable resource, and I teach it in 2 ways. One is creating a high converting strategic lead magnet that's on your Facebook or Instagram bio link, on your website. It's something that maybe it's at the email, the bottom of your footer. Hey, grab this. It's going to add value, and being strategic, it's going to lead your person to your offer. You need to have that customer journey mapped out. But then on the other side of that, to utilize the SMART lead gen method and the strategic collaborations, we start with the end in mind. What is your offer? How do you get someone from A to Z, right? A, they're in pain. Z, they saw the problem. They're happy. They're in pleasure land. What is your B to Y? How do you help them bridge that gap between pain and pleasure? And then we reverse engineer and create a strategic, high converting collaboration lead magnet that's specifically for collaborations and exclusive only for bundles, summits, collaboration, things like that. Okay. These typical magnetic lead magnets are more high value. They're something that you would normally charge for, or you could charge for, and they're bundled in a package. It's higher quality, higher value than your normal, I don't want to say normal, but your high converting strategic lead magnet that just shows up everywhere that anyone can opt into. We have one exclusively, a magnetic lead magnet exclusively for collaboration. So that's the M of the SMART lead gen method. And then the A is making sure that it's aligned to your core offer. You need to make sure that whatever you're creating to bring in your perfect fit ideal client takes them to your core offer, that main offer, your signature program. That's why we need to start with the end in mind and then reverse engineer to what that strategic collaboration lead magnet would be, or the freebie that sits on your website or in your bios on social media. It needs to be aligned to your core offer. It needs to create a gap between that mini transformation that you just got them with that magnetic lead magnet and your core offer. If there's a disconnect, then you're not going to take your person on that customer journey to your core offer. And that's not going to lead to sales. And that's why we're here, right? To create impact and income. We know when we're bringing money in, we're creating impact, because impact is the byproduct of the impact we're making with our business by God's design, so that we can give more, bless more, and create a kingdom impact. And then the R is to make sure that it's relevant. It's a relevant resource. It is relevant to that problem that they think they have right now. It's relevant to the solution that they're looking for right now. And then T is the SMART lead gen method is a targeted action plan. There needs to be a strategic and targeted action plan that takes your amazing person that you're called to serve from A to Z, right? So that lead generation, the SMART lead gen method is bringing your perfect fit client in because it's speaking directly to them. It's relevant to the problem that they have right now and the solution that they're looking for to give them a mini or micro transformation, and it's aligned to your core offer. So it's going to be relevant and take them on that customer journey to your next live launch, to opening doors to your core offer, or however you do that. There needs to be a targeted action plan. So this SMART lead generation method is going to help you generate leads more effectively. Is going to allow you to increase your visibility without being a slave to social media, thinking you're going to show up everywhere. And it's going to allow you to grow your email list fast between launches without the hustle, without the grind. All right. And especially it's going to help you have your first sold out beta founding member program, is what I teach in the beta launch method inside the Online Business by God's Design Academy. All right. I pray that this blessed you. If collaborations is something that is new to you and you want to learn more, I will link up in the show notes the guide to Kingdom Collaborations toolkit, so you can just see, hey, is this something that I would be interested in? And I highly recommend that you do. And if it's your first time to collaborations, and if this is something new to you, and you're like, oh, bundles, I'm not quite sure what that is. Collaborations, I don't even know where to start. Grab that toolkit because it's going to walk you through the definitions, what different collaboration strategies are, and I'm going to give you my recommendation on what collaboration strategy I would recommend you start with if you are new to collaborations. All right. Have an amazing, blessed day. If this episode would help another business bestie, please pass it along.
That's it for today, friends. Real quick before you go, if this podcast has blessed you in some way, the number one way that you can thank me is to leave a written review over on Apple Podcasts. The second thing you can do is take a screenshot of this episode or that review and tag me over on social media in your stories at Kristen Duranci. And then I will share you in my stories and give you a shout out. This not only blesses me, but you are creating a ripple effect by getting this message into the hands of others that might need to hear it. And know that there's only one you. Someone is out there waiting to hear from you. They're waiting for your message, your story, and your solution to their problem. You are the expert they're waiting to hear from. I want you to know this, feel this, and most importantly, be this. Never underestimate the impact and power that you have been given through the Holy Spirit. Be blessed, friend, and I'll see you on the next episode.